Are you wondering what to plant in your garden in September? You can pretty much treat September like you do March in the vegetable garden. What you plant then, you can plant in September. I'm going to share with you what I'm planting in my Zone 8 kitchen garden. Before I sow any seeds or do any transplanting, I like to amend with plenty of compost. After the summer, a lot of those nutrients have been used up. And besides, it's the perfect opportunity to add more organic matter to the soil. I usually like to put 1 to 2 inches over the top of the surface and just work that in just a little bit. This will help feed those microbes, and that'll help break that compost down. And those microbes help feed those plants. These garden beds have been actively growing through the summer months, and most of the nitrogen has been depleted out of them. And it's especially true if you live in a hotter climate. One of the things that we want to do is add back some nitrogen to the soil, because a lot of these crops that we're going to be growing are heavy feeders of nitrogen. One of my favorites for a nitrogen source for my fall gardens is an organic cottonseed meal. It's slow release, it has a nice NPK just right for those fall plants, and it'll feed them for the rest of the season. You generally want to apply about 5 pounds per 100 square foot on most organic fertilizers. Excluding blood meal, it's a lot less. First on my list is lettuce. The biggest reason is I've really missed those fresh green salads. And you can do this from seed or a transplant. But if you're doing it from seed, then you're going to want to make sure that your temperatures are below 90 degrees consistently. So look at your weather forecast, and if they stay there for a good week, then go ahead and plant your lettuce seed. You're going to want to make sure that it stays good and moist. And lettuce seed doesn't like to be buried deeply. So you just slightly cover it because it likes light to germinate. And you can also do it from a transplant at this point. And you can do it when the temperatures are just a little bit warmer, but you will need to use a floating row cover to protect that lettuce. And it'll be enough to get it through until our temperatures stay consistently cool. I found that some of the best varieties to be planting in the fall time going into winter are the lettuces that have a red tinge to them. They handle the cold a lot better, the freezing, especially a romaine variety. Now down to about 25 degrees, they're hardy, but below that, it usually freezes them and hurts the crown of it and they don't come back. But you can easily escape that by putting a floating row cover over them, a frost blanket, and that really helps protect them so that you have a harvest a lot longer going into winter. This month it's time to plant radishes. Now radishes are super easy to grow. They pop up really fast, generally within 3 days when planted in the fall time. And the nice thing about radishes, if you plant them a little too deep, then they just pop up through and they do just fine. And any radish variety is going to do great, but there's a couple of my favorites that I really like to grow in the fall time. And one of them is the China Rose radish. Now this one's a microgreen pack, and I really like it because there's a lot of seeds in this, and it's the same exact type of seed. It's just marked microgreen, but you can get a lot more seeds for a lot less cost. One of my most favorite radishes of all time is the watermelon radish. When you cut into it, it looks just like a watermelon, and it's a bigger radish. It's one that we absolutely cannot grow in the springtime because it's just too long of a growing season, but it gets too warm too quick here. So when planted in the fall time, it develops a nice bulb. In the spring, it just goes to seed. So this is a great one when planted in the fall time. If you're doing those really short growing season radishes that are ready in about 20 days, like the cherry belle, then you can plant them in successions. That way you have radishes throughout the growing season. And they're about as cold hardy as lettuce is. There's also a couple of flowers that I'll be planting in September. And the first one is calendula. This one we often think of planting in the springtime, but this one's great when grown in the fall. Here in our Zone 8, it lives all through the winter, and then come springtime, it really flourishes. This one is great for medicinal qualities, but it's also really good for beneficial insects. The other one is cornflower, also known as bachelor button. We plant this in the springtime, and we love the flowers in dishes and also in teas. This one is very cold hardy as well. So both of these are going to go into my garden for beneficial properties as well as beauty. Another great fall crop and even winter crop is spinach. Now, spinach is a little persnickety. It doesn't like it too hot, it doesn't like it too cold, it doesn't like it too wet, and it doesn't like it too dry. Spinach is actually one of Luna's favorites, although she does like ranch on it, but you're not supposed to eat ranch. Spinach is great when you grow it in the fall time, but I'm going to wait just a couple of weeks because it's a little too hot here, so mid-September for me. And the Savoy varieties are the best growing through the winter time because they're just a little bit hardier than the smooth leaf spinach. I like to sow seeds for spinach because it does so much better than a transplant. Spinach doesn't seem to like to be transplanted. It usually wilts and doesn't produce really well. And once it starts to grow, then you're going to want to harvest the outer leaves of it. You don't want to just chop it off like a cut and come again lettuce because spinach really doesn't react well to that. So take those outer leaves off, leave some in the middle so that it can photosynthesize to create more leaves. I like spinach in nice straight rows rather than general broadcast. Make a furrow about 1/2 inch deep, place your seeds about 1 to 2 inches apart and cover over with 1/2 inch of soil. Mustard greens are another great crop to be growing in September. They're not only good for you, but they're also good for your soil. These are great to be grown as a green manure. They grow up so quickly that you can chop, drop, and then work into your soil, and it just helps build that soil. Also, if you've ever had root knot nematode, they really help control it. The baby greens of mustard greens are ready in 20 days, and they're excellent being thrown in with salads as an accent for color or flavor. And most of the time, if you didn't like mustard greens, you won't even know they're there when you eat them as a baby green. Mustard greens can be general broadcast and just raked in, or you can put them in furrows about 1/2 inch, and they come up really quick, usually within 3 days. So they're super easy to grow. One of my favorites is the salad turnip, also known as Hakurei turnips. Now these are much sweeter, smaller, and more mild than your regular purple top turnip. They're ready to harvest in little as 30 days to 45 days. These are awesome because you can eat them fresh, you can steam them, and you can roast them with other root vegetables. They're from the Brassica family, so the seed is the same as the mustard and you can plant them the same way. Now's the time to plant cilantro, also known as coriander when it's gone to seed. We grow it during the springtime and it does well. Goes to seed. We can't grow it during the summer when our tomatoes are on, but if we plant it now and we're lucky enough, it'll produce a nice leafy crop for us so that we can have our late tomatoes, cilantro, and make salsa. It's nice because here in our area, it grows through the winter time and then it's nice and lush in the spring before it goes to seed. I prefer to plant my cilantro from seeds because it does so much better. It acclimates better to the soil and the temperature. When you transplant it, it never seems to be as robust as it is from a seed. I love cilantro also because of all of the health benefits. We love to put a nice handful of it in our smoothies. Another really great fall herb to be planting is chervil. It has a nice anise flavor to it. When you sow the seeds, they won't come up until the temperatures have cooled. One of the great things about chervil is it's great to be thrown in salads, and it has a lot of health benefits. It helps aid the digestion and lower blood pressure. It's time to get in your kale, cauliflower, broccoli, and cabbages. You still have time to plant your kale from seed, but the rest you'll want to do a transplant at this point. When picking out your transplants, you want to make sure that you have a young transplant, especially one that's not root bound. Because if they're root bound, they're older, and then they may not produce a good head, if at all. Plant them about 1 inch to 2 inches deeper than what the pot is. That way it just supports that stem and they don't rock back and forth when the wind blows and break that stem. Make sure that you keep these crops really moist throughout their growing season, from the time that you plant them all the way up to harvest. That way they produce good crowns and good heads. Plant some herbs, flowers, and veggies. Enjoy the harvest, and I'll see you soon.